Oh, there we go. I had the mic muted. Hey, SSB, Jugs, that's good. I'm a little tired because I was just at work, and I just got home. It is 1:30 a.m. For anyone who's here, uh, and yeah, I am just tired. But I wanted to come here in some fashion. My background's a mess. I'm sorry. I just wanted to come by and say what's good, everyone. It's good to see you guys. Um, and yeah, just kind of chill for a bit. Say what's good. How you guys doing? I appreciate it, Jugs. I appreciate it. I'm now 26, so I'm closer to 30 than I was yesterday. Uh, so that'll be fun when that happens. Eh? Not really. Um, my hair's a mess. But yeah, that'll be cool. Uh, I'm glad that you guys came by. Hey KJ, how you doing, man? How you doing? Uh, I'm happy that I found the time to be here. Even if it's at nearly 2 in the morning, halfway to the 2 in the morning. Uh, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know. Oh, just like me, close to 30. Yeah, let's leave it at that. Close to 30. Um, I'm getting there. We're getting there. I'm now no longer at the midway point. I'm now on the way there. You know what I mean? Like it's coming. It's coming. It's around the corner. It's around the corner, and it'll be there. And like, bro, like, fucking, like I just been fucking tired on a daily basis, and sometimes it's like I don't even do anything. Sometimes I'm just tired. I don't. Maybe is that like an old people thing? Like, is that like what happens when you get old? You just start feeling tired for no reason, or is that just like my health? Probably my health is garbage. Like realistically, and I figured I would do like a quick and late birthday stream now instead of like when I wake up later in that day, because later in that day I'm supposed to go out with some friends to, I guess, celebrate. I guess would be the wait, yeah, celebrate. Um, so I can't really promise that I'll have the time to sit down and stream and say what's up to you guys, and shit, right? Considering that I am, you know, I'm gonna be busy for that day, right? So I appreciate you guys coming by and saying your birthday wishes and whatnot. I appreciate it because I feel like I haven't been here enough, and I feel so guilty. um, feel so guilty because I want to upload more videos. I want to like stream more often, but I just feel so tired so often, and I feel like I should be doing it more, and I'm not. And I don't like that feeling. I want to do more. Let me see. Let me tell you. I'm gonna post this on Twitter really quick. I don't typically. Uh, what? I don't. What was, I mean, because I'm just using the chill stream thumbnail. I guess I could use that. Uh, fuck it. I don't really care. But yeah, I might play a little bit of Smash. I don't know. It is 1:30 in the morning. I don't know how long I'll be streaming for, but let me see. Let's see. Where's the? I need a. What's the link for this stream? Don't I have it here? Well done, Nelly. Happy birthday. Hey, Nelly. I haven't seen you in a while, bro. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for that. Radical. Oh, happy birthday. Thank you. Oh, you guys are so nice. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. I feel like fuck. I don't even know what to say exactly. I'm genuinely just like, so I'm just tired and just I'm happy. I am. I'm just tired. I don't want to make it seem like I'm not um I'm not appreciative. I'm just tired because I was at work, and it's also 1 in the morning. And I only just got home from work. If you're joining us now, that's what was happening. Our birthdays really like only a week apart. We could never marry. It would be too much of a headache around Christmas time. You know the funny shit is that I have a friend of mine whose birthday is the day before mine. So it was literally just his birthday, and then the minute it ends, it's my birthday now. so so I get to uh so, fucking I'm just ecstatic. I'm just happy, and I get to fuck with him because I can be like, "Ha! It's my birthday now, bitch!" But but nah, it's fun though. I am going to see. I stopped Yakuza Like a Dragon for bitches appear. Funny enough, you say that actually. Hang on. Give me a second. Give me a fucking second here. I'm not gonna say from who, because it's private life shit, right? But I did get this as a birthday gift. And mind you, I have gone through Yakuza 0, Yakuza Kiwami 1, part way through Yakuza Kiwami 2, through Game Pass. That's primarily how I'm going through them. But I do have Like a Dragon now. So that's cool. If the person watching this, if the person who got me this is watching, thank you. Much appreciated. I will be playing this eventually. And yeah, that'll be a good time. Whenever I have time. Hey, mind you, like, fucking, I have the Xbox Series X, so it's like I'm playing this shit like in the optimization and whatnot, right? You can't really see it, and I can't really move it because it's like right there in the corner of like the. You can't really see it that well, but it's there. It's right there. It's literally like right in the. Can I? Maybe I can move. Maybe I can move this camera a little bit. Hang on. Let me see. If I can show you that. It's like right there. There you go. Yeah, there's the Series X right there. So, oh jeez, this camera's gonna be garbage for a second. Okay, yeah, there you go. So I'll be playing it like better than I typically would be able to. Yeah, happy birthday, my guy. Hey, thanks, Rafael. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone coming by and dropping their birthday wishes and whatnot. It's good to see everyone. Good to talk to you guys. Playing on PS5, we don't get the next gen upgrade till March. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. I mean, it's not that long of a wait if you really think about it. Cause like if you compare like some timed exclusive stuff, there's like some games that have like a full year. That's only like what, like 4 months since the game released, and I think it released in like November, right? Like mid-November. That's not bad. It's annoying because I don't like timed exclusivity in any fashion, whether it's a year or a month or whatever. I just prefer if like multi-platform games just come out for every platform like normally. But yeah, all right. Well, fucking, I guess. I mean, is the upgrade free? Because if the upgrade's free, is all that's even better. Because like, speaking of free upgrades, right? There's been. I don't know if I came by after the name changes as Xavier. Oh, okay, all right. Mind you, I actually there was someone who was it? There was someone who followed me not recently, but I think they followed me for a while actually on Twitter. That I apparently they had followed me for a while, and I was too dumb to realize that it was the same person as someone else that I knew. They just were going under like a different name of some kind, and I didn't put two and two together until like way too late. I guess because like I just don't really like think about it necessarily. I just kind of, see people who follow me. And it's like, oh, cool, hey, that's cool. Fahad, hey, how you doing, man? Happy birthday from your best mod. You're okay. You're alright. Don't gas yourself up that much. Matt RDK. No, man. Matt RDK is fucking stupid. It's so dumb. And I mind you, like, what was it? I was gonna talk about something. Yeah, the upgrade, because you mentioned it, Jug, the free upgrade thing, right? Fucking Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is a goddamn mess. I don't think I've seen a game launch that fucking bad in like, I don't even know. I don't know. When was the last time you saw a game just get forcibly ejected from PlayStation? Like That's bad. That's bad. That's really bad. Mind you, I am interested in playing the game because I think it's a situation where like the game itself, under all the technical problems, is a good game. But the technical problems are so fucking horrendous that you cannot ignore it. It's like this game has been in development for so long. It's definitely worse than Fallout 76, Jux. Definitely wrong. And I think I made a tweet when Nintendo was fucking up a lot recently that like you cannot treat these companies like they're your friends. They're not your friends, bro. I don't care what reputation they have. And I get it, reputations are reputations. Like if a game company is typically good, there's not real much reason to doubt it. Like I get it. But always remember, regardless of how good a company is, there's always going to be that small chance, that percentage of a chance that game's going to end up doo-doo. Regardless of what it is. So it's like, I get it. Like, it's surprising because CD Projekt Red, but at the same time, it's no company is your best friend. They're gonna, if they can rip you off, they'll rip you off. If they can get away with it, like realistically. Not touching that game till I get a PS5 and still wait for updates then. That's the thing. I game share with a friend on Xbox, right? I technically have Cyberpunk now. Like I have it on my Series X. The issue is that I want to wait till they actually make a Series X/PS5 version of the game before I even touch it. I am not touching it. Especially, but if you have a base console, like if you don't have a next gen console at all, don't fucking touch it. Don't touch that game. It's not gonna run. It's not gonna play well at all. It's doo doo. It's straight doo doo. Do not touch that game. Just saying that now. It shouldn't. This might be a controversial take, but I don't think it should have been released for the current gen systems at all. And it's not even like I get why, because like the install base is so goddamn high. Was it like 100? It's like 100 million people on PlayStation, plus like the 40 million or 50 million on Xbox. So I get it. What is that like? At the very least, that's like 150 million people that you're not making the game for. But if the game doesn't run, what are you doing? Releasing it anyways. Don't buy it. I understand it for there's a lot of people there. So it's kind of alienating a good amount of people. But I'd rather you not have the game than play that how it is like at the moment. Because here's the thing, right? Like Nintendo gamers and Switch players, we've gotten like third-party ports, right? That hasn't been exactly the best, right? But they're functional. Like, okay, maybe Doom in some cases is sub HD, right? Most of the time it's 30 frames. It drops a few times, right? But that's mostly functional because it's not like that all the time, right? And then there's also the benefit of, playing a portable. Some people don't think portable is a good enough reason. Some do. Whatever way you feel like it. Like, that's like the trade-off there, right? But in this case, there is no trade-off. Because this is not a portable version of the game. This is just, you're at home playing Cyberpunk, regardless of which version it is. And it's doo-doo for, like, a huge, like, portion of the install base. Yo, happy birthday. Hey, what about Nintendo? Brandon, good to see you. We gotta talk again sometime soon. You talking about Cyberpunk. You can tell just by the conversation. You can tell what it is. I don't even need to mention the game. You just come in the middle, and you know what I'm saying. It's an understandable take. It's so many things. That game should not have released the way it did. I'm just saying. It really shouldn't have. And I mean, like, it shouldn't have released on those platforms. I'm sorry. It shouldn't have. It just shouldn't have. And, like, even then, like, the game has, like, some finicky optimization issues here and there. But, like, you can deal with that for the most part. You can deal with that. It's typically, like, I guess now it's the last gen consoles. I'm used to calling them the current gen consoles, but bro, it's bad. It's so bad. I think it's like the worst launch in like recent memory. And obviously, like as a Smash guy, I'm sure you guys are thinking like, oh, like Sephiroth. Like, am I gonna talk about Sephiroth and whatnot? I was like, yeah, yeah, Sephiroth is fun. I think in an hour of playing him, I got him into Elite. I unlocked him, got him to Elite Smash, and I don't remember what else. But he's fun. I like him a lot. I have a lot of fun with him. More fun than like Min Min, more fun than Byleth, more fun than I'm naming like the low characters for my in terms of my fun level. Um, More fun than like a good amount of the DLC. I still have fun with Terry, Hero. I want to say Sephiroth is up there. Past that, I don't remember. Steve was fun too. Steve is a lot of fun to play. I don't know, but Cyberpunk is. My mind is all over the place. I'm sorry if I'm like jumping all over the place when it comes to like topics. I'm just like I'm gone mentally. I'm just tired and I just felt like talking. These guys is fun, almost as fun as Hero. Yeah, that's the thing. Like they're both really fun. Didn't you get to at least finish like 2 games or something? Yeah, I took 2 matches. The first I played 1 match against another Sephiroth, and then the second match was who was that? There was a Game and Watch. It might have been Game and Watch, yeah. But yeah, it was 2 matches to get them on there. Typically, if you have it's okay. I do the same all the time. Yeah. Typically, if you're an elite and you have like a general good skill ceiling, I guess. Most of your I don't know what you call it, like the estimate GSP for when you play a character that doesn't have history is already high because they kind of assume you're gonna be at that level of like skill considering the other characters. So when you already are high up in the GSP like ceiling, you hit elite like super quick because as long as you just win. So it takes like 2 matches for me typically if it's a brand new character. If I'm bad with that character and I lose, it'll take longer. but I just got the 2 straight from Sephiroth. I've been playing Smash for a while. I just hit 10,000 battles in that game. I haven't stopped. Gino got destroyed. I felt bad for Geek. Bro, like, I don't know if you saw that art I tagged Geek in on Twitter, but like that shit was nice. That shit was nice. I felt like such a troll, but it's so good. May Geek's hopes and dreams rest in peace. Geek is down for the count. That was me though when they put Travis as a me outfit. To be fair, once I saw Travis as a me outfit, that was me. I felt that, but you know that's okay. That's alright. You're not always gonna get what you want. I got a lot of shit out of this game that I wanted. To be fair. And you know what? That's okay. You know what? Because these Smash games ain't going to stop anytime soon. These Smash games ain't going to stop anytime soon. And Sephiroth is a fun addition anyways, because like the entire time I've just been having a ton of fun playing that character. I saw you hit 10k games crazy. I'm probably in the low hundreds. Now I'm just waiting for 2B and Shantae. The 10k games thing, I didn't even know that was a milestone. I think I was just playing a bunch of games with Sephiroth, and then eventually, once I think it was like I played one more, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna play one more, and I'm gonna get off. And then I played that one more, and then I ended up in the 10,000 fight, and I was like, jeez, I played this game way too much. I was like, I'm almost at 1,700 hours, I think. Last I checked. Now I'm just waiting for 2B Shantae. Oh yeah. Shantae would be cool. I like Shantae. I'm on Nier, but like it wouldn't be. I think the moveset would be cool as long as they have like some of the as long as they make her like a unique character to fight and play with. I don't care. I really don't care what game they come from, because the fact of the matter is there's so many characters I just don't give a shit for that I think would be great for a character. I mean, I don't give a shit about Game & Watch, but people like pressing up B. So like, why does it matter if the game is fun? I mean, you know, it could be amazing. You know, if it's a cool game I like, yeah, I'll be hyped. But if the moveset is fun, I don't give a shit. You see, the The armor on his smash attacks are really getting me though. You have to remember that like the armor for his smash attacks only exists when he gets the winged form, right? Once he becomes the one winged angel, that don't challenge the smash attacks at that point. Like just don't do it. It's not gonna work out for you. 2B could be amazing. Her moves would work so well in Smash. Shantae would be such a fun character with a new playstyle. I think what makes Shantae more interesting to me is the fact that she has those transformations. Like, because the thing with Bayonetta is that she has all those transformations too. Like, they both have the whole, turning into animals thing. But they didn't really use it for Bayo. They focused more on, like, her genre of combat, which is, like, hack and slashes for her, like, playstyle. But with Shantae, I feel like they can bring in that whole animal transformation part of it. So maybe, like, her side B could be the elephant charge thing. And, like, her, I don't know, she could turn into the monkey for something, for, like, recovery maybe. But, like, she could have, like, a good amount of things, really. Oh, it's only an angel form? Must have missed that. Yeah. It's only an angel form. Like, the angel form, he gets, trying to remember. He gets the speed. He gets the speed boost. I think he gets knockback or end damage, or it's one of the two. I'm not quite sure on that. But he does get some kind of, like, strength boost. He gets a triple jump. And then he gets the armor on his smash attacks. So, he gets a few things. Nothing I think is that crazy. But, it's still, still stuff to keep an eye out, I guess. It's not Arsene bad. Arsene bad is stupid. I still think Arsene is stupid. But, the fucking One-Winged Angel is like, you just have to keep those things in mind, really. And you'll be fine. I was just so glad it wasn't Jonesy. I could say things, man, but like I think it's been established that I actually do play Fortnite. So genuinely, like, all jokes aside, I don't understand the hate for Fortnite. I don't get it. I other than it being popular, I don't understand the hatred for the game. If you don't like the game, that's fine. I don't give a shit. But there's like this weird hate boner for the game where, like, anytime it's mentioned in any capacity, whether it's Smash or like even like it could just be like an article on like a website, and it could just be filled with people just feeling the need to mention, like, oh god, that'd be the most horrible thing if Fortnite existed. It's like I never understood it. My heart stopped to One Winged Angel. After that, I felt so much better. Dude, like, I knew it frame one because I had a viewing party basically. And I wasn't really able to watch it normally because I was still pretty much sick and I had family over. So I wasn't able to, like, stream it or anything like that. But I will say, when I heard, like, I was watching it, I was like, all right, the slice thing happened. I was like, oh shit, what the hell? That's kind of cool, all right. So it's a sword guy. I'm thinking, who could it be? Blah, blah, blah. And then it splits apart and then you hear the doom, like that first, legit, like the first doom sound of One Winged Angel played. And I was like, it's Sephiroth! I was yelling Sephiroth's name because I was like, what? That's awesome! I'm not even that big of a Final Fantasy. Like, you guys know, I prefer Dragon Quest over Final Fantasy. But Sephiroth is still one of the most, like, well-known video game villains of all time. Like, by far. By far. He's an icon. Like, he's iconic for in the video game space. Like, I would say by having Bowser, Ganondorf, and Sephiroth in the same game, you basically have, like, the three most well-known, like, video game villains of all time. Just like that. Who would be the fourth? Like, Robotnik, maybe? I guess. I was still just like, this game's fucking love this game. I didn't, like, mind you, Final Fantasy VII is not even my favorite Final Fantasy. I'm just saying, like, he's an iconic character, you know what I mean? And he's one of those characters that is just like, you can't not how good he is, to be fitting and, like, really get in there. And it's so good. It's so good. Let me catch up with the chat a little bit. I can only play Fortnite only with friends. As much as I love Sephiroth, I would have preferred Squall and Smash, Source, FF8. I would have liked anything from FF6. Because 6 is actually the one that I consider my favorite, and I think that's for a lot of people. Like, if you don't like 7 the most, seems like 6 is the other option. So like I prefer Final Fantasy 6 over 7, but 7's good too. Just to be sure, I don't even think Final Fantasy 7 is like really in my top 10 favorite RPGs. It's more so like what I like about Final Fantasy 7 is more so like character designs and music more than anything else. Because I think people look cool in FF7, and they're also the music's also incredible. So that's typically what I like about FF7 the most. And fucking Kefka would have been amazing, but but Sephiroth is like just as good. Like it's so good. I don't even know how to like really go into it. I just feel like I'm fanboying a little bit, but like it's good. It's just good. In my mind, I only like 3 Final Fantasy games, which is like 6, 7, and kind of 10. Kind of 10. 10, a little rough, but 6 and 7 were the good ones in my mind. Let me see. But yeah, I play Fortnite here and there. The thing is, like like I said, I can understand you not liking Fortnite. It's not really about like if you guys like it or not. I just don't understand those guys who feel the need to shit on it every time there's an article or any kind of mention regarding the game. So like, I don't understand. Like, I just don't get why. I don't like. It doesn't even have to be Fortnite. Just anything in general. How could you hate something that much to feel the need to constantly shit on it? Like kids like the game. What is wrong with How is kids liking a game a bad thing now? What are these crotchety old ass people? these crotchety old ass people just hating on kids. Like, let them have fun. The fuck? What the hell? Kids can't play games. The fuck? We play. The Nintendo fan base is full of grown ass people playing games made for children. I don't want to hear nothing about that. Just catch on the chat. Okay, I don't understand it. More of an Apex Warzone player in terms of battle royales. I prefer Fortnite, but I could see why, because Fortnite can be annoying as hell. I did play Apex though. I'm not good at it, but I have played it. Then again, I'm not good at any battle royale game of any capacity. When I heard Advent Children, I lost my mind. Oh, Advent Children. Yeah, that's true. I might replay FF7. I haven't played it since like I want to say middle school, which is a long ass time. I want to say, what is that like? Jesus, that's a long ass fucking time now. So I was one of the villains of video games. Exactly. The only FF game I've played is 15. First half was great. Second half, I barely wanted to finish. Yeah, that's the thing, right? A lot of the modern... I think the reason why I fell off Final Fantasy after 6 and 7 was, like, I think, like, 13 onward, or maybe 10 kind of onward. They kind of started designing them like that second half of Final Fantasy 15. So, just like you, Brandon, I liked the first half of 15, and then that second half was doo-doo. So I stopped. So I didn't care about the game after that point. It was fucking trash. Wait, Sakura stuff was cool. Yeah. It was good, especially the whole like Advent Children stab thing. Lucky for you, Yakuza Like a Dragon Ichiban, the main character, is a fan of Dragon Quest references a lot. I know. I know. A lot of people that I know who likes Yakuza a lot, because like for me, I'm typically new-ish to Yakuza. Like I know, like I said, I went through 0, 1, Kiwami 1, and I'm like part way through Kiwami 2. And I'm like, this is cool. I like Majima. I like all these people. These are nice people. Some of them. But the thing is, like, those same people who like Yakuza so much know that I like Dragon Quest. So when that trailer first came out of Ichiban saying, this is like Dragon Quest, I was like, they can just do that? the Square Enix is giving the okay on that? Or, like, what? I loved it. That shit was... But, I mean, that makes me even more excited to play the game, because I like Yakuza. I like Dragon Quest. So it seems like a fusion that I'm not going to dislike, right? Shifty saw the shirtless Sephiroth and said, that's my main now. How'd you know? I only play as humanoid characters who are sexy. Which is why I play Palutena, Captain Falcon, and Solid Snake, and Terry Bogard. I don't mean Terry Bogard. I just wanted to name him too because he fits under the category. I felt like they didn't have a cohesive plan for the game. You can't tell. Yeah. You can tell. Like there was like they were clearly like for FF15. They were just like I don't know what you want to call it. Like there was like a tug of war of game design going on in that game. Well, like one of them clearly wanted the whole game to be like this open world Final Fantasy game, and then the other half didn't want that to be the case. Kiryu-chan! Yo, Majin was the best. He's great. I mean, I look forward to playing Like a Dragon. I still haven't like, it's not even open either. Like it's like it still has like the plastic on it and shit. But I just don't have the time for it yet. But I mean, when I do, make the time for it, rest assured it's gonna be played. And if it has all those Dragon Quest references, and I heard it even has like a Dragon Quest song that's like remixed for the game. If that's the case, then yeah, I'm gonna be into that game quite a bit. But I gotta get to bed for tomorrow. I just see you on the stream again. It's been a while. Yeah, that's like I'm trying like to have the energy to do it more. See you in another year. Great. Oh boy, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I don't think I've ever bought a physical game and not opened it. Steam games, however. I don't need to get into Steam. Hannibal, happy B-Day! Thank you. Thank you, Hannibal. And good to see you too, bro. How's the Mugen stuff going on? Last I saw on your post, I think I saw the Yoshi Kart thing. Which, by the way, looks kind of cool. Might try that when it's done. I'm someone who likes to wait till the finished product of a creator. So you let me know about that. Cap. If it weren't for the Rona, I would have been fun to Japan at this current moment. That's typically what's been going on for the most part because I just have like solo energy that I just haven't had the energy to do much on here. And I feel bad. I genuinely do. Like when, like I know, like see you another year is a funny joke, but like I genuinely feel bad, like about like not doing things as much. Mugen. Oh yeah. Hannibal do some good stuff with that. Yeah. I follow him on Twitter. He does some interesting things. I love to go to Japan, see Tokyo and Kyoto. I feel like travel is gonna boom the second like COVID is a thing of the past, right? Like it's gonna boom so hard for like the American economy. Mind you, I don't know shit about that. I'm just assuming like a lot of people are gonna miss going to locations that they're gonna immediately go and do that, right? Like once they feel safe enough to do so. But I'm just excited, bro. Like I do want to do more things in general for the channel, for like everything. I just haven't done much. I've been working, and if I've been sick too. And since I got sick, I've been prioritizing working more or trying to work more because my job's going through this whole thing as well. So it's rough right now, honestly. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Like if I was able to make like money doing what I love, then all that wouldn't be an issue. But that's the reality of the situation, and that's okay. I gotta do what I gotta do. That's all. I feel you. That's why my channel is dead. I keep saying I'm gonna come back with different content, but no, I get you. It's a lot of like it's tough to keep it going, and I get it. It's a perfectly understandable thing. Although I'm sure you're still doing the podcast of Andres anyway. So I wouldn't say it's completely dead. It's technically more if you're doing like a podcast every like weekly, like I would say that's technically more active than me even. Even if it's not on your own channel, but technically it is, right? Luckily my ticket out funny, so it's not sunk cost. Oh, that's not bad then. That's not bad. I've been like trying to balance the whole like friends, family, personal things that I can't get into, but rest assured, there's a third thing there. Work, and YouTube, right? That's like the 5 main things, right? And I think the issue is I'm having a horrible time actually figuring out what that balance should be. That if once I start doing like 4 of them, one of them suffers. And I think that's the YouTube thing. Like, I'm trying to do it when I have the time, and then I don't do it, and then I don't have the energy, and then my mind just races about, I gotta do something, what am I doing? And then, so I'm trying not to like stress it too much, because I know things are the way they are right now. So, I'm on the podcast still, and some streams, still getting something, earning money somehow. That's interesting. It's interesting that it's going down. I mean, if it's going well for you, I mean, fuck it. That's a good thing. You keep it going. It's all good. I think the thing with my channel is that I think it's just kind of floating. Like, it's not doing bad. It's not doing amazing. It's just kind of, it's floating there. My top videos typically are like older videos that are just like, I guess you could call them evergreen, where they're still relevant even like months down the line. I think like my top video right now is like this Mortal Kombat video I made like months ago that was just about how the game, if the game still has like a playable fan base on playing online on Switch. And I just kind of play it for a bit and show like how the game's running online, if there's people even playing the game online. Is it viable to like pick up a copy of Mortal Kombat, and if there's actually people online to play with? Because obviously you don't want to buy an online multiplayer game if no one's playing on there, right? So, and not to mention, like, the Switch version also does not support crossplay. So if you're buying the Switch version of MK11, you're literally just playing in that ecosystem. So I guess that's why it's doing decent enough. And it is like I did like an interview with like I think it was like the music producer for No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Again, and that was something cool. I think that's like my favorite video I've ever done. I've never been more excited for a video. I've never been more excited for a video. When I got to interview the music producer for Travis Strikes Again, because through that, like, I was just excited. Like, that video could have bombed in terms of views, and I wouldn't have given a shit. I was just hyped for that video, just to do that. And that's the thing. Like, I like doing YouTube videos, especially when it's stuff like that. Like, I'm just like, oh man, I want to do that. That's awesome. Like, talking to the people who's responsible for some of the things that I love. Love it, love doing it. Not a lot of subs and money, to be clear, just more than I thought for doing almost nothing for over a year. No, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. I mean, like I said, that's still good. I mean, if you ever do decide to like continue and do stuff, obviously I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be there. I'll always support my boys, and you my boy, so gotta love it. Hey T Belly, yo, bro, we gotta do something soon. I don't think I've seen T Belly in like, it's been way too long. It's been way too long, and like quarantine shit, you know what I mean, has been kind of been rough on me. I'm just saying, I'm gonna keep it real. It's been rough on me, and I'm sure it's been rough for some people out there. But you gotta keep it going, do what you gotta do. And YouTube took a bit of a backseat during that. I gotta be honest. It took a bit of a backseat, but that's okay. I'm gonna do what I do at the times that I can, and hopefully it goes well. The whole 2020. Yo, it really has been that long. That's too long. That is way too long. We gotta do something eventually. We always gotta do something eventually. That video was pretty awesome, just as good as that collab video. Yo, that collab No More Heroes video, I think is one of the best videos on this channel. Because I am not a writer, and Jugs right here is a writer. Like, he writes some good stuff. He writes some good stuff. I'm just saying. He writes some good stuff. Miss you, bro. Been a rough year for a lot of us. Yeah, I get you, man. I get you. Like, I had this whole I can't get into it because, personal stuff. But let's just say I had this opportunity that would have been way better for me. And because of the way 2020 has gone, that whole thing went out the window. And now is no longer an opportunity. Or it might be later, depending on how things go. But, you never know. But yeah, it sucks. It sucked. Thanks for always supporting YouTube, my dude. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. The thing is, like, I'm trying. Even if I'm not, like, I've always been bad at social media. I'll just keep it real with you guys. Like, if you don't see me on Twitter or anything like that, that doesn't mean like I'm not. What's the word? Like, that doesn't mean like I'm not there to support you guys. Like, I'm always still watching and like supporting you guys and whatnot. It's just been like a situation of, what's the word? Like I'm just bad at it. Like, realistically, I remember when like Facebook was like first blowing up and like people were like really jumping on that shit at the time. It took me like several years, and that was to get one, and that was because friends kept just beating me over the head for that shit. Like, I've always been bad at social media. I enjoy making YouTube stuff because I think it's like such a fun creation process in a sense. But like I'm terrible at social media. So like you see me not tweet for like a week, and that's because I just have nothing to say. Or I just don't have I just don't know what to fucking talk about. And I'm better now than I was like, I want to say 10 years ago, but god damn, I suck at it. I suck at it. Like, I have friends of mine who ask me, like, yo, bro, how do you do YouTube and all this other stuff? I was like, I barely do. Like, for the most part, I just kind of want to shoot the shit with people. That's honest. Like, if you want the origin story of why I made a fucking YouTube channel, I just wanted to shoot the shit with people. Because how often I would talk about video games with people, and they don't want to fucking listen to my bullshit. Because I just go on and on and on, and I don't shut the hell up. So having a YouTube channel where you have no choice but to just hear me talk, made it nice. Like, I feel like I finally have people to talk to. But yeah, like I gotta see T-Belly. You know what's weird? That I never met. Like, there's just a few people in the New York area I haven't met. I don't think I've met like Jugs, for instance. Not sure how that would go now though, because of COVID. But mid 2019 till now has been far the worst time of my life. Hoping things pick up soon. Yeah, there's always you always gotta like look forward with these kind of things. Like for me, it hasn't really been the best, but there's also been some bright sides, right? You gotta like keep it moving, and eventually you'll get there, right? You gotta keep it moving. That's all it is. I don't keep it with social media either. Also bad at keeping in touch with friends and family. It's really bad. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm very bad at social media. Like, I would say that's my biggest thing. Because sometimes I'll see, like, a tweet from you guys. Like, anyone in this chat. All of you guys. Right? Every single person here. Right? I'll see a tweet from you guys. And, like, in my mind, I'm like, ha, that's pretty cool. All right. And then I just keep scrolling, and I don't even think about liking or tweeting or retweeting or saying anything. Like, and then as far as you guys think, I'm just not around. But I am around, and I am looking at my phone on Twitter and shit. I just in the moment, I don't think about doing it. So I don't look like I'm doing anything. Like, in terms of keeping in touch and shit. I just talk about video games all the time. Last couple of years, I've been learning about video game tech stuff, so now no one understands what I'm talking about. That's the thing. Like, for me, it's just like a matter of, I want to talk about games with people, but I also want to talk about games in with people who like don't take it so up the ass, right? Because like, okay, for instance, right? A good example, because since T-Belly's here, can't wait to do releases again. We definitely got to do that too. Whenever the hell those come back. whenever everything picks up again, we'll see eye to eye again. We'll have a good conversation about retro games or whatever it is, or women in some cases, because I know you're a fan of the women, T-Belly. So like the thing is, reason why I mentioned T-Belly is because like I remember one time we had a disagreement on Twitter about like PlayStation and like Nintendo and whatnot. And the thing is, like, that's all in fun. I just like talking about shit. Even if I disagree with like someone's point, it's never like, with like negative intent. You know what I mean? Like some people would take like the gaming opinion so up the ass. I see you, T Belly. I know. I keep it touch. You already know. But like, people take video game opinions so up the ass, and I will never understand it. Never will. I don't give a fuck if you hate a game I like or vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, have fun with the games you're playing. As long as you're having fun, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, as long as you're having fun with the game, who gives a shit, right? Like, even it could be some of the worst games of all time. If you genuinely have fun playing them, who cares? Yeah, it's all good. You know what I mean? Like I like certain platforms. I like my own certain games, but like, there's just some people who like, if you talk bad about a certain company or whatever, they want to like say some reckless shit, and I don't get it. I just don't. But I mean, it's all good, and that's all. I'm just trying to on how great Ghost of Tsushima is. Oh, let me tell you about that dog shit. Nah, I don't care. Nah, it was a pretty good game. I have some gripes. I could talk about them. You know, I can also talk about that if you really wanted to hear my genuine thoughts about Ghost of Tsushima. But I don't know if we're here for that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. See, next gen fanboys are so annoying. Just a bunch of fanboys obsessed with tweeting replies to the competition. Like, damn, you took more than me, and I'm a fan. Yeah, that's a thing, right? Like, see, I like every platform, right? I genuinely like every platform, just for different reasons. So I like, you know, Nintendo. Like, Nintendo's my favorite. I think that's clear, right? Like, that's obvious, right? But you think I would have a fucking Last of Us statue behind me if I didn't like PlayStation? Like, why the fuck would I have that if I just hated PlayStation? And I don't like Last of Us 2, but why would I have it is the point. That's the main point. And I obviously like Xbox because I have a Series X, like, literally right there. So, like, I obviously like Xbox also. Like, I like every platform. I have, like, no, that shit is way too high than it was before. Is it? Okay. I think it looks okay. Yeah, but I like every platform. I genuinely do. I just have, like, different reasons for enjoying them, and I have criticisms of each, but that's normal. Like, if I liked every single thing about a platform, I think that's just being a fanboy. See, to be honest, I've been purging a lot of gaming zealots off my Twitter. It gets too toxic to see. Yeah, watch that mouth, boy. Let me tell you how doo-doo Ghost of Tsushima is. Ghost of doo-doo. Radical knows my genuine opinion about Ghost of Tsushima. I don't need a... I don't need to go into that. Halo Reach helmet background. Funny enough, you're close, T-Belly. You're close. You're very close, but it's not Halo Reach. What that is, Doom. That's Doom Eternal right here. What the fuck? There you go. Yeah. Actually, all the shit in the background, it's like Doom Eternal helmet, fucking Fatal Fury Terry Bogard up here. This is the Smash hat that fucking Radical wanted. All my bullshit amiibos. I got some dumbbells down here. Fucking Ellie, Last of Us, Fire Emblem, Skyrim, Dishonored, Splatoon thing, Switch. It's a whole bunch of bullshit. I never played a Doom game. Oh man, don't get me started. I fucking love Doom. Doom is, in my opinion, the best first-person shooter franchise of all time. Like, just saying. I love it, and mind you, I have little. I like Halo also. I have a little guy here, you know. I have a little Doom Slayer down here. You know what I'm saying? But I fucking love Doom. I fucking love it. I don't think there's a single player game. There is no single player. I gotta put that out specifically, single player, because people are gonna mention multiplayer first-person shooters. There is no single player first-person shooter that I enjoy more than Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is my game of the year. I don't give a fuck. It's my game of the year. I fucking love the shit out of that game. That game's so good. Anyway, I love that game. I love that great. Like, it's so I fucking love every Doom game. Doom 3, but Doom 1, Doom 2, Doom 64, Doom 2016, and Doom Eternal are all fantastic. They're all great. And especially, like, if you're someone, I know T-Bill is a retro guy, so it's a given for him. But if anyone else in the chat is big on like retro gaming history, saying where game genres like came from or like evolved from and whatnot, play if you're curious about that when it comes to shooters. Wolfenstein 3D and Doom. Those are your ones. Quake is a big one too. That was a big jump as well. And mind you, like when it comes to shooters specifically, I like the boomer shooters. I love the shooters that are just like they don't give a fuck about cover. They just want you to just have fast-paced action and fast thinking, and that I love Doom for that. It's so good. It's such a good franchise. Any shooter that's based around that 90s shooter design philosophy, it's super good. My first was GoldenEye. GoldenEye's a good one too. GoldenEye, I would say in order, it goes like in terms of influential first-person shooters, it goes from like Wolfenstein 3D, Doom, Quake, and then you start getting into like GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, and then after that you get into like Halo and shit. And then that's like when the Call of Duties and all that shit took over. Oh no, Half-Life is one. I almost forgot about Half-Life. Half-Life is great too. But I gotta keep up with the chat. I was just gushing about Doom. My man got rid of the X. There goes my what's live. Oh no, I have the other Smash Hat. That is the other Smash Hat. You can't hang on. Radical, hang on. There's still the other Smash Hat, bro. What do you think is under the hat? Another hat. It's two hats. Oh fuck! Almost bust my ass. I have. Let me see. Bioshock. Oh, Bioshock's a good one. Bioshock's a good one. I've only played 2016 and Eternal. Both great. They're fantastic. It's hard to go back to 2016 after Eternal. That's it's another hat. That's just what it was. How about that Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection? Yo, I'll play it. I'll play it. I don't T-Belly. I know you probably don't think of me as like a retro player, but I do play retro games. I may not be as good at them, but I'll get my ass beat for a couple points. I don't give a fuck. Like I'll play them, and I'm more than down to play Ghosts and Goblins. Maybe not. Well, have I played the old? No, I did play the old one, the original. I think. Yeah. Quake was my favorite. Quake is good, especially you can master like the using the explosives to get some boosts and shit. Like you fucking move in that game. Hexen's another one too. Hexen is confusing as hell for new players. Like if you're new to those kind of games, bro, like that game's confusing as fuck. But like if you can figure it out and you're used to those kind of games, like that game's good too. It's I have it on Steam. So let me see. I prefer Halo as my favorite shooter. Not been amazing lately though, but I'm hopeful for Infinite. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing Infinite. I'm subscribed to Game Pass. So, and mind you, I'm happy to see Perfect Dark also. Can we talk about that? Perfect Dark? If you like GoldenEye, you probably would have liked Perfect Dark back in the day. And the fact that I see a new Perfect Dark, I'm gonna play it. I'm sorry, I like the old school shooters. So when I see something like Perfect Dark get a new game, I'm down. Have you played Hades? Not yet. I plan on it. I want to play Hades, but I just don't have the money to like really spend on it right now. But I'll get to it. I'll definitely get to it. You put me on Castlevania, and I'm a Castlevania fiend. Oh, for real? I put you on it? I thought I just assumed that was like your community that was like getting you to play more classics. But hey, that's awesome. that's awesome. I'll accept that that love, that credit and love. That was weird. I don't know why I did that. I just hopped on The Last of Us 2 today. Got something that was I don't know what to hate. I'm kind of enjoying it so far. The thing is, like, I think the problem with Last of Us 2, right? And mind you, I play the whole thing, right? So I feel like my opinion holds more weight than the people who just complain to complain. But like, I think and I'm not gonna go into spoilers because I know you're playing it. There's probably people in the chat who haven't played it yet. The story is like, how do I put it? like if you don't fall in love with the story, you're not gonna like the game. Like that's the thing. Like the game is so reliant on you liking what they do with it that if you don't like the story, the whole thing falls apart. So if you like the story and you end up liking the whole thing, you're gonna love that game, I think. But if you don't, what's the word? If you don't like the story, like I didn't really like it that much. Like I felt like the game was too long. I had issues with like the general gameplay and whatnot. But yeah, the fucking I didn't think the story was all that good. But yeah, if you don't like the story, that's like half the game. You know what I mean? Like that's the focus. So if the story doesn't do it for you, that game is not doing it for you. Then you know what I mean? Like it's a huge point. So it depends on that. Let me see. Not gonna lie, Ghosts and Goblins are kind of remember Flash game mainly the way animations look. Hades looks good. Definitely deserve Game of the Year over Ghost though. Yeah, I mean, you and I talked to you. I talked to Radical in DMs. We both got robbed. Doom Eternal got robbed so hard, but that's okay. I don't care about Game Awards. Fuck it. I don't care. And mind you, I met Jeff Keighley once. I feel like I want to meet him again just to have a nice one. Nah, I don't mean it. I don't care. I did, although that first half where I said I met Jeff Keighley, that actually did happen. That I met him in a PlayStation event in Manhattan once. It was cool. He was nice. Drinking champagne. Ghost of Tsushima is my favorite PS4 game. I would say for me, it's Persona 5. And even then, I have issues with the game too. But I'll say Persona 5. If it's not Persona, like I'll take top 3 PS4 games for me is like Persona 5, Spider-Man, and God of War. Those are like the top 3. Let me see. Shifter, which you prefer, Castlevania old style or Metroidvania style? I like both, honestly. I will say though that like we have so many Metroidvanias now in indies that it'd be nice to see a game adopt the old style Castlevania more. Cause we just get, I think the only one is like Bloodstained. What was it? Bloodstained. What's it called? Curse of the Moon. Like 1 and 2. Like those are like the only ones. Like genuinely the only ones that play that way. And then you have like 30 million Metroidvanias. So I feel like I like both, but like we should probably get some more classic Castlevania like style gameplay. That'd be nice. Let's see. I do some of the story. Either words, you gotta like it from start. Yeah, you gotta like the story. Last of Us. If you don't like it, you're not gonna love it. Death Stranding the same way, except another. Well, I'm mad where I like Death Stranding. You're not telling me. Death Stranding. Here's the difference with Death Stranding, right? For Last of Us, my problem was it played too similar to the first game. It was too. They didn't add much in the gameplay aspect, right? It was beautiful as fuck. It looked gorgeous. The animations were phenomenal. The sound design was good, and the performances were good. It's just a matter of I didn't like the story. I didn't like the gameplay because it was boring me by a certain point because the game was too long and it played almost exactly like the first game. So I lost interest very quickly. And that was mostly it. So I didn't really like the game. I kind of personally rated it like a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 on its best like moments. Because I felt like it was mostly just beautiful to look at. I didn't really enjoy playing it or really experiencing it. Death Stranding, though, I loved the story for Death Stranding, but I hated playing the game. I hated playing the game. That game was so annoying to play. Oh, man. I can't with that game. Like, the story was so interesting that, like, the second gameplay started, I was so happy. I was like, oh, God, sweet Jesus, thank you. I don't have to carry shit anymore. Just tell me what's happening in this game. Because that's all I care about. Dude, for real, the only thing I genuinely felt annoyed at was Doom Eternal 1-0 was like, I don't care either, but damn, it got shafted. Yeah, that was my thing. Like, I didn't really care who was going to win Game of the Year or whatever, but, like, because, like, I felt like every game up there, except for Last of Us, were all games that I thought were good. So I didn't really have an issue with. Last of Us winning is the one game that I was like, I didn't really like it that much. But like, shit, like Doom got literally nothing, and that was like the biggest like why that's stupid, but it's fine, it's whatever. It's fine. It doesn't change, it doesn't really change my enjoyment over the game itself, Hades didn't win any awards, fam. That's my game. No, Hades won awards. It won like best action and best it won like 2 or 3 awards, didn't it? Have you played 13 Sentinels Rim Huge Sleeper game? No, I did not, but I heard good things about it. Actually, I think a friend of mine recently picked it up, so I might ask him about it. I'm gonna wait for him to finish that game and then ask him about it and see what he says. Naughty Dog tends to refine the gameplay sequence rather than evolve it. Yeah, I've seen to. I think I've began to see that, and I think the thing is like. I think that's fine as long as you do something to like maybe in terms of level design or like something to keep it interesting, because it was just boring to me after a while. Like I want to say like the first few hours it was still entertaining because it was like the first time getting back into that that mindset of playing Last of Us again. But the new things they added just wasn't enough. I feel like it just wasn't enough to keep my interest. And a big portion of that has to do with the story, because if it was like Death Stranding where I liked the story, then I would feel like inclined to continue playing that gameplay. But because the gameplay wasn't doing it for me and the story wasn't doing it for me, my motivation to continue was so low. It was so low. So I mind you, I made a video talking about like my hot takes, like my gaming opinions that are unpopular, and like one of those things was that I don't really enjoy Naughty Dog games that much. So that helps in like understanding like why I might have not enjoyed it as much as I thought I would. I found a mission for Death Stranding near the enemy. Yo, you gotta fucking go back through the whole goddamn game. Back 4 Blood be looking rough though. I was really hoping it can be just like Left 4 Dead. Oh yeah. That game looks. I mean, it does look rough, but it looks cool too, just because it is like Left 4 Dead. Because I loved Left 4 Dead back in the day, but it hasn't had shit in like too long now, and it kind of needs more. It needs. I mean, I would say okay, maybe it doesn't need, but. It's not need. I feel like need is too strong of a word. I don't know what to say. I lost my train of thought now. Then that full map track was so stupid. That's how I felt getting to the second half of FF15. Story in the game itself is pretty garbage, and the gameplay is also tedious. That's the thing, right? Like gameplay for me, gameplay is the number one thing. Like if you can make gameplay that's like phenomenal to me, I can overlook like a story, like a bad story, or like maybe even a decent story, right? And I think like that's different for everyone, like what they consider to be more important and all that kind of shit. But gameplay is like my number one thing. But if you can make a story that's gripping and really interesting, I will force myself through it for the most part. I will. But if you don't hook me in that story it depends. You need to hook me in that story for your game before the gameplay becomes boring. If the gameplay never becomes boring and the story is also good, that game is great. It's a good game, right? But if the gameplay bores me at some point, and that happens before the story gets good, then I'm just going to end up dropping the game. Because then, as far as I'm aware, the story's boring, or the story sucks and the game's boring. But, if you make the story exciting and shit, you make the story really good before the gameplay gets boring, then even once it gets boring, I already made the commitment. I'm gonna continue playing the game and to figure out what happens next, And everyone's threshold of when that is different, right? But that's the thing. Like I felt like Last of Us was just not interesting for the entire game. Like I beat the game. It just wasn't interesting for that whole game. And then the problem with Final Fantasy 15 was that they had a good open world section with a story, and then the open world section just goes away and is replaced with just like a doo-doo section. So it's like the game just drops hard from that point. They want Sam Porter Bridge to just keel over halfway through and give up. Bro, he has some strong ass legs though after the end of that. Even with those like little mech things that he gets on his legs, what do they call it? The exoskeleton. Happy birthday, my boy. Hey RJ, how you doing, man? How you doing? It's good to see you. Good to see you, and thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. I really do. I am 26 now. I am closer to 30 officially. Uh, yeah, like I like the thing is like I think people get a misunderstanding that I hate PlayStation, but I don't. I just have like I enjoy some of their games, and then depending on the game, some of them I just like, and then some of them I just don't like as much as other people. Like I think Ghost of Tsushima is one of those things where it's like a lot of people thought that was like Game of the Year worthy. Radical clearly loves it, right? And T Belly also loves it. But for me, it just wasn't that much. Like I didn't really like love it to that extent. I liked it, but I didn't love it. You know what I mean? And that's typically my relationship with a good amount of games. And mind you, when my history comes from like boomer shooters, obviously I'm gonna gravitate towards like Perfect Dark and Halo and GoldenEye and like shit like that, right? So like, is it really surprising that I like Doom and I like Xbox because they have Halo and Gears and shit like that? Like, yeah. So, I mean, it makes sense, but I like every platform, so it doesn't matter. About the Xbox Series S, good stuff, great Game Pass. Game Pass is so good. Game Pass is their best thing right now, honestly. Um, let's see. Was really hoping that Kojima would appear during the Game Awards and announce an MGS remake, like those fake rumors. Yeah, I mean, I don't even. I'm not. Happy birthday! Hope you have a good one. Oh, well, thank you for the $10 donation. uh, no, don't know. I don't know who it was. It was anonymous, but whoever you are, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know what to say. Just thank you so much for the $10 donation from anonymous. Whether that be the spectacular, I don't know. Thank you. I'm bad at this. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You see, I don't think I have a YouTube friend that isn't like 5 years older than me. Yeah, I mean you're young. You're pretty young, right? Like I don't know. Obviously, I don't think I ever asked your age, but I'm just assuming you're younger. uh, Gears 5 is the only Gears game I played, and it was amazing. One of my favorite FPSs. Gears is fantastic, and mind you, Brandon, right? What is it? Gears, like, depending on the person, some people consider Gears 4 and Gears 5, like the new wave trilogy, I guess, to be weaker than the original trilogy. That could be nostalgia talking, right? But if you like the Gears 5 that much, you probably would like the other ones just as much, or if not more. Like, I think my favorite was, I liked Gears 1 and 2 a lot. I want to say like Gears 1 and 2 are probably, Gears 2. I'll give it a Gears 2. I think Gears 2 had like the best multiplayer, the best like story. But Gears 5 is fantastic. I like how open-ended Gears 5 is. Gears 5 is great. I think Gears 5 is better than Gears 4 also. You tried making your Series X into a glorified emulation machine, modern vintage game. Yeah. I heard about that. Not my Series X. I was interested in possibly getting a Series S and turning that into an emulation machine. Primarily because I don't want to make my main system the system I emulate. Let me see. I tried playing the first one on Game Pass, but couldn't get into it after 5. It might be the quality of life improvements over time. Like if I had to assume, I could be wrong, but if I had to assume, maybe it's that. Because if you like the Gears 5 that much, maybe it's because like as the years went by, they like improved certain things mechanically speaking. They I don't know. I'm assuming that could be it because that's usually what I think when someone is not able to get into like the older versions of like a franchise. Or, that's probably the case. I don't know, but I mean they're good. They're good games, but yeah, Gears 5 is definitely up there. It's definitely up there. But in terms of the emulation thing, like I'm more interested in turning a Series S, a separate machine, into that emulation box because I don't really want to use my main console as like the emulation box. Really, Gear Tactics be hitting different in a good way. Oh yeah, it's funny. I never finished it, but I started it on PC, and then I continued, and then I think it was after I got my Series X that I continued it on the Series X, and and I loved it because it just had all my save data. So like all the units I had on the PC was just there on my Series X, and that was great because I didn't have to like make a new game or anything. It just had all my customizations and all of my characters and whatnot, all my progression. That was just nice. I'm glad that's a thing. I'm so glad it's a thing. That makes me like whenever a game does that, it's so good. And considering that like it's Game Pass, I never had to buy the game, like, but not on its own. You know what I mean? Like I just installed it on my PC, played it, got through it a certain amount, then Game Pass. So I didn't have to buy it. It's not like I bought the game and then bought the game again on my Xbox. Like right, like it was just Game Pass. So I just installed it on my Xbox, and then all my save data was there. So it's just super convenient. It was just a super convenient thing. Was playing it then. My GPU decided to shit itself. That is Sunday for repairs. Thankfully, it's coming back next week. Oh, well, damn. All right, that's rough. I mean, I guess that would be your opportunity to continue playing Gears Tactics. It's a good game. The funny thing is, like, when I saw that it was nominated for was it best strategy and like simulation, something like that. I forgot. It was like that category, and it was up against like Microsoft Flight Simulator. I was like, yeah, Flight Simulator is winning that. That was a free category for Microsoft. Game Pass is by far the best gaming service. Yeah, it is very good. And you know what's weird too? I played, what the fuck was it? Stadia. I played Stadia at one point. It was a free thing where someone I know was able to get like they had like the YouTube I don't do they still call it premium or is it YouTube Red? What the fuck is it called now? YouTube TV. They call it a whole bunch of bullshit. That shit. They had that for a while, and because they had that, they got like the controller and like the Chromecast thing for free, you know that shit. So like I was able to play with the Stadia controller and all that shit. And like just to be straight up, it's doo-doo. The controller's decent. I'll give it that. It's decent. But the problem with it is that it won't fucking connect to anything unless it's wired. And apparently to connect it wirelessly, you need Google Chrome. And so you can't like wirelessly connect it to Steam. You have to like play it. You have to be wired to your PC to fucking use it on Steam. Otherwise, it has to be connected to Google Chrome if it's wireless. I don't know if there's a way to go around that, but like, that was dog shit. Like, why? I only tried Stadia once to demo Mortal Kombat Junction, and that's all for that abomination. I feel like everyone did that. Yeah, Brandon did it too. I did that too. I tried Stadia with the Mortal Kombat Junction demo, and I had 300 megabytes down, but it still lagged when I played it on my Chrome browser. It looked like, I played it that way too, and it was like I would say this, like in terms of the latency, it was pretty good. Like, I was able to play the game, you know what I mean? But the way it looked didn't look very good. Not at all. You know what I mean? Like, it did not look good. And I think that was the issue mainly. Like, you could play the game, like it was playable, like at least for my internet and my setup and shit, like playing on this PC that I'm streaming from at the moment, I was able to play the game. It was playable. It just looked like dog shit. And I don't know why. It just, like, I'm assuming like all the internet went into the latency specifically, I guess. And for that reason, the visuals just took a huge hit for that reason. But that was weird. And then, like, you could even, and then Stadia even has like this thing where you could test like the the bullshit, like test the connection, and they tell you if it's perfect, and it tells, like, for me, it tells me that I'm perfect and I can play games in like 4K and shit, and then when I play it, it looks like I'm playing like the Switch version. Why? Why does it look that bad? Why does it look so blurry? Why? I didn't get it. I don't get it. There's still Stadia fans out there, which is weird. The Stadia fans also have gotten way more vocal after Cyberpunk. I've noticed that. I've noticed that. Like, ever since the Cyberpunk thing happened with the last gen consoles, they're like, Stadia included. Stadia and Stadia fans have come out and go like, "Did you know you can play Cyberpunk with no issues on Google Stadia? You can play on Google Stadia with no issues and not with outdated hardware." It's like, wow, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know. Couldn't fucking tell. Because it's fucking streamed. I want to fucking play any game that's streamed. Because, like Brandon's saying in the chat, yeah, sure, Impact Live could be decent or good in some cases, but you can tell something's off. Because God forbid I play a fucking fighting game on that bullshit. When I saw the launch, I don't know if you guys remember, but the launch lineup for Stadia had like 3 fighting games on there. I think one of them was like Mortal Kombat. It was like Mortal Kombat, Samurai Showdown, something else. And my first thought was like, you are actually fucking insane if you play a fighting game on that. Oh, have a drink on me, bro. Happy birthday. You know what? I will have a drink. Thank you, Jugs. Those $10 are going straight to a drink. And I'm going to get fucked up. No, I don't know. But I will get a drink, though. That's a promise. I will do that. For you, my baby boy. I'll take a picture right there. Like, take a drink right there for you. Well, I appreciate it, Jugs. Thank you so much for the $10 donation, man. I really appreciate it. And hope you're having a good night, because I know your time zone. It's late as fuck. Well, then again, I think it's late as fuck for most people, but I appreciate the donation regardless, man. I really do. The Stadia fans have been waiting for so long for this moment. I just ran a Stadia test and got great connection even with the stream going. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the Stadia test will dead ass tell you that it is perfect, but when you actually play a game, it is dog shit for some reason. I don't understand it. And yeah, I'd go buy a drink, but they don't sell alcohol past midnight here. Oh yeah, I think like, then again, I think like most places are closed now. I think New York is going under the like the rules are going back to kind of lockdown rules, I think, or it's similar-ish. I'm not quite sure. I haven't really been following it very closely. But I think they're doing something like that. I have a friend who's a bartender, and they were telling me that like their bar is just closed. I don't really quite know what's going on there. But shit's rough. Shit's rough. But yeah. But yeah, the whole Stadia thing is like, it's weird. But Stadia fans are living for this. But it's not gonna last very long, because the second the next gen upgrade comes off of Cyberpunk, that whole argument flies out the fucking window. It flies out the window. Like, yeah, you could technically play Cyberpunk. The thing, you know what the thing is? I think Stadia would do better if, let me see. Stadia, I'm going on Stadia right now because I have an account since I had to play for that, like for the Immortals thing. The main problem with Stadia is that the games are, well, other than like the fact that it's streamed, but I think like people would deal with it being streamed if the games weren't full fucking price. $60 for Cyberpunk to not buy the game but to stream it, right? Like, that's dumb. That's just dumb. Let's be fair. That's fucking stupid. I feel like if the games were like, I don't know, maybe not half off, but like a good chunk off, right? I feel like people would probably actually decide to put up with a stream if it meant saving money. right? Like if it was a money saving option to stream a game instead of own it because it's cheaper, then you probably have more people on the surface. I'm just saying. There was never a lockdown here. The most they did was try to get people to wear masks, but people still don't. No one says anything. I still wear my mask, of course. Unless you're at work, you don't get in trouble for not social distancing. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Yeah, it's like I don't know like what state it is for you or whatever, but like New York, it's like a mixture, right? Where it's like a lot of people do take it seriously here. Like a lot of people do still wear masks here, but you can tell a lot of them are not wearing it because they want to. They're wearing it because they have to, because you can't go on trains without wearing a mask or you get fined. You are not allowed to shop in many locations because wear masks. I've seen people just like walk up to a supermarket without a mask on, and then they'll just like legit take a mask out their pocket, put that shit on, and then just walk in. And it's like that defeats the purpose. Like that doesn't really help. But what is it? Yeah, Stadia should be like Netflix Game Pass. Pay for the service, get all the games. Yeah, that helps too, right? Like some, it has to be some kind of like money saving option, because if you don't save any money and you're just buying Cyberpunk for $65 to stream it, that's stupid as hell. That is stupid. When xCloud is a much better option than Stadia. Yeah, exactly. Bro, I beta tested xCloud. I played fucking Gears 5 on my phone using a Switch Pro controller in the middle of Rockefeller, and I had better latency. No, not latency, better visuals. Better visuals than fucking Stadia at my home. How does that happen? That shouldn't happen. Don't make no goddamn sense. Oh, Texas. Oh, I have another friend who lives in Texas. I have another friend who lives in Texas. I didn't really know it was that loose over there though. That's crazy. But like, fucking xCloud is so much better than Stadia. And that's embarrassing because that's just like a side project for Xbox, just to tack on along with Game Pass, right? Thing is, like, Stadia's control, like the actual controller is actually good quality. Like I think the controller is actually pretty good. It's like a Frankenstein's monster between like the DualShock 4 and like the Xbox controller, but it's good. It's good shit. Like it's not a bad controller. They clearly researched the other two and made a controller based on that, but it's not a bad controller. It's just so limited by like because wirelessly you kind of have to control to Google, and you have to I said that weird. You have to link to Google, and that kind of sucks. It's really limiting for the controller. I don't know. I mean, if Stadia was just cheap, it would be able to compete, I feel. Because I feel like Game Pass was something that was not initially entertaining to people as a game, like, as a service to like removes games, that adds games, or whatever the case may be, right? But like it's like once people got the really bigger games coming out, like all the Microsoft games like The Witcher 3's on there, and like now all the Bethesda games are coming, so now you have Doom Eternal on there. It's like people started realizing, it's depending if you're playing on PC, it's $5. It could be only $10. It could be $15, depending on how you like it. They have all these options for all these people, and it's easy for them to jump into that. People started being more okay with the idea of just digital games, and also, games coming in and out. But Stadia is like asking you to make that sacrifice without giving you much savings at all. Happy birthday. Hey, Bryce, I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Really appreciate the birthday wishes, man. It means a lot. I came home from work. I was like, hey, I'm going to throw on a quick stream, talk to my people, and have a good time. Have a good chill time. So I'm happy to see you here, man. xCloud being including Game Pass Ultimate is great. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Mind you, I don't use it a ton, but it's a good option, right? Because again, Stadia says, hey, You want to play games on Stadia? Pay full price for the game to stream it. Okay. And also subscribe to the service too, that you get random bullshit for free games that aren't even that big of games. Or you can get Game Pass where you get massive, much larger games, right? Right. And you actually download them. You actually, have them and can play them without latency being an issue, or your internet being an issue, or things like that. And it's cheaper because you don't have to buy Doom Eternal for Game Pass. Streaming is an option. You can play streamed. You can also download the game, and you don't have to worry about it. So the only thing Stadia has is that you don't have to download games, and that's about it. Yeah, that's true. In the same vein, you could technically do that with xCloud, Well, maybe you can't. I'm not quite, again. I don't really use it that often, so I'm not really sure. Among Us on PC Game Pass 2. Now you can't ever escape from the game, bro. Like that game is. I'm gonna end up having it on fucking everything because it's gonna be on Xbox Game Pass. It's gonna be on PC Game Pass. I already have it on Steam. How many hours do I have on that game on Steam? Actually, I'm curious. And then, between you and me, I have it on Switch. So, I'm definitely gonna have fucking Among Us on everything. And can buy one game for $60. One get 6 months of Game Pass on PC. Among Us is so good. Among Us is fun as hell. I love Among Us. It's so fun. Let me see. Where's Steam? Steam. I have 35. It feels like it's been longer, but apparently I only have 35 hours on Among Us. Or is it another game? Am I thinking of another game? Maybe. Oh, maybe it was Phasmophobia that I have a lot of hours on. That was quick. Let me see. I'm just curious about my hours right now. What the fuck is it? Yeah, it's Phasmophobia. I have 81 hours on Phasmophobia. That's the game I was thinking of. I have 45 hours on Steam and Among Us, but I'm sure that's low for most people. For me, that's decent for a multiplayer only game. 45 hours is good. I mean, I only have 30 something, 35 I think it was. But that's good because the game sessions on that game are tiny. You know what I mean? A game in Among Us takes a few minutes. I want to say 10 minutes, maybe 15. I don't know. It depends depends how good the imposter is, right? If they get caught immediately, it's 5 seconds. But games don't typically last super long. So 35 to 45 hours on a game that lasts 10 to 15 minutes depending. That's good. That means you're playing 6 games per hour, give or take. That's a lot of games. That's the point. That's a lot of games. Dude, my friends were addicted to that game. Non-stop arguments about who killed who in electrical, who was in the reactor room. Dude, Among Us is such a fun game. I would play it on stream, but stream is play. Here's the thing, right? If I play Among Us on stream, right, I have to play with other streamers because people will cheat. They will cheat, and you can tell when someone's cheating in Among Us. Cause I remember once I killed a dude in electrical by myself, there was literally no one else in the room, right? I vent out, go to escape. No one saw me, anything. Nothing happened yet, right? Suddenly the button gets hit, not even the report button, not even the report of seeing a dead body, just the emergency meeting button. And then that guy verbatim wrote every little thing I did and then said it was me. And I was like, how would you know that if the guy who died didn't tell you? How would you know? How would you know? He knew exactly where it was, even though he didn't report the body. He knew who died. He knew who did it. That I vented afterward. Where I vented out of. How did you know that? How would you know that? Unless the guy I killed told you. Clearly you're on Discord and you just told him. Well, clearly, I would, for that to happen, we would need, a full lobby of just YouTubers of, streaming it. You know what I mean? Like it would need to be like fucking me. What about Nintendo, Andres, and like fucking 7 other people that we know, and like maybe Radical because Radical's cool to do it, and then that would work that way. But like otherwise, like that shit is not happening. Let me see. We've been doing Dead by Daylight rules in Among Us where we know who the killer is, but we limit his vision. He tries to kill us all. Comms get hacked too. How would that work though? Because when you, I'm guessing, do you just like how do you win? Because like, couldn't you just like vote him out unless you don't do the vote thing? And in that case, do you just keep running away until he doesn't kill until like how do you determine how do you win as the people being chased? I guess is the like how do you win? I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like how do you win if you're not the guy killing everyone? If you do it with those kind of rules, Jugs. Bro, what is that, 1 million? Oh, there's 1 million. There's a lot of zeros. I'm not counting that. I'm just gonna say 1 million. I'd 1,000,000% stream Among Us with you. It's so much better with voice chat and a group, you know. Exactly. That's the thing. Exactly. And then people get so heated. And the thing is, like, there's like a few, very handful of people who talk to me outside of YouTube, who know how I get playing multiplayer games. I get so into it. I don't even have to like the game that much. I'll just fucking yell and be so into that shit because I'm just like I spaz out and get into like things, you know. Like I think I was playing Fall Guys with like Radical and like someone else from N10, and I don't remember. N10 sounds like a boy band name, by the way. Just saying, but oh, someone else from there, and we were playing Fall Guys, and I was just getting so heated, and just fucking getting into that shit. It was just fun. It's fun, and he was just so taken aback by like the fact that I was just like so loud and just obnoxious. We don't do the vote at all. We got to complete our tasks, but with comp tasks, so we don't know our tasks. Oh, so you win by tasks. I forgot about that. Yeah. That makes sense. So you just run away. He can't see everyone, and then everyone runs to do their tasks, but they're figuring out what their task. Okay. I could see that. That could be fun. That's interesting. Jeez. My favorite mod for the game is modding in proximity chat. Phasmophobia. It really opened people's eyes to use it. That's the thing. Fucking I remember playing proximity chat in Sea of Thieves. I don't know if you guys play that game, but I play that every once in a while with friends. The game is more fun when you have personal friends. You know, if you're playing it just randomly, don't play it like that. It's not meant to be played like that. And like they have proximity chat in that game too, so like we could be like doing a quest in that game that takes us in some cave. You'll talk and you hear the echo like bouncing off the cave walls and shit, and that was awesome. And then when I heard that Phasmophobia had it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be so good. And Phasmophobia is fun. Again, I have 80 hours on the game. Clearly, I fucking enjoy it. You know. But like proximity chat, I'll be honest, I have not played what is it? I have not played Among Us with proximity chat. Every time I've played it, it's just been like the regular thing with friends, you know. Looking at my stats, I've won 112 games with people and only 10 by task. They have stats? I didn't even know you could check that. How do you check that? You can. I'm not gonna check now because I ain't fucking launching the game right now, but I didn't even know there's stats. They have stats? How do you check that? Is that like... Was there like an option in the fucking game that I just didn't notice? What the hell? I'm lost. And yeah, I'm pretty sure most people win games by just voting the right guy out. I haven't played with Mazda, but I've seen Markiplier stream and such. Oh, okay, I get you. I thought you were talking from a perspective of like playing it yourself. I've got no friends on Xbox/PC Pass that are willing to play Sea of Thieves. And maybe there's some bar icon, there's some stats. Oh, I'll take a look at that when I get there. Actually, maybe I can pull up on my phone. I'm not gonna pull up on my PC because I only have one screen. So if I pull that up, I can't see you guys talking to me. But I could probably pull it up on my phone. Then again, it's not the same stats, right? It'll be like different stats. I'm assuming. But I have played on my phone occasionally, so I can get like a very small sample size maybe. Looking at it like that. But let me see. But yeah, I have friends who play Sea of Thieves like often. Like I want to say almost on a daily basis. Because the game gets a lot of updates. Like it's almost I took a long break from Sea of Thieves because of other games coming out and shit. But like I came back to it recently because a friend of ours recently got into the game. Installed it because of Game Pass and all that. And we got back on it, and that is not the same game I played when I first played it. It's a total different game. Like they have all these new quests, there's raid bosses, and there's all this like new stuff you can do, and it's like, fucking jeez. Oh yeah, I see the stats on my phone. Bro, only twice on my phone, anyways, have I won a game by doing all the tasks. That's crazy. Crewmate vote wins 23. Yeah, what is that? Yeah, I would have to look at it on my PC for much bigger sizes, but like that's still pretty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you get like votes being the win like the majority of the time. But Sea of Thieves is fun. It maybe not at launch, but it got much better like as time went on. I played a bit of Genshin. I want to say, I don't know how many. I can't say how many hours. I don't remember how many hours I played, but I played a good amount. When I stopped playing, I was adventure rank 20 something. I want to say like 24, 25, somewhere around there maybe. Don't remember. But it was around there somewhere. And it's fun. It's a good game. I made a video talking about like whether or not I think it's better than Breath of the Wild, because I remember that was like a big thing at the time. Like, oh, this is better than Breath of the Wild. No, Breath of the Wild is better. Yay! And shit, right? And I played both games. Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games of all time. So I was like, oh, anything that's similar to... Hang on. Because I love Breath of the Wild so much, I'm like, any game that's similar... Any game that's similar to Breath of the Wild, I'll play it. You know how many indie games I've bought that I bought just because they were apparently Zelda inspired? I don't care. If a game's similar to a game I like, I'm gonna fucking play it. This also still has the plastic on it. But yeah, fucking, that's just my whole thing. Like if I like a game and you have a game that's similar to it and it's pretty good, I'm gonna play it. So I played Genshin and it's good. It's held back a lot by that free to play, like a lot. Like it's like a huge fucking chunk of enjoyment is ripped out of the game because of that. But 100% my teammates' fault because I have like 102 games where I finished all my tasks. Yeah, that's the thing. I always try to do my tasks, but I do get nervous with like if certain people are alone in rooms and I just go, I'm not going in there. No. I'm gonna go over here, do this task over here, maybe walk around a little bit and then go to the task because I don't want to be alone in rooms with people. I have this strategy that almost always catches people, not with imposters, just like being regular crewmate, where like if I see a room with two people in it, let's say I'm just passing by, like I'm not even going in the room, but I see like there's two people in that room, I'll keep walking and then just stop and I count to like 10 seconds, count like 10, 15 seconds in my head, and then after that's up, I'll go right back up to that room and go in there. 9 times out of 10, I catch a body. Like I see a body, and I just immediately know who did it. Like. Because typically what happens is that you first go into the room and that guy who's the imposter and who's in the lower room is just waiting for you to leave and is waiting and just waits a little bit before it's safe and then he'll go and kill. So like, I'll just count like 5 to 10 seconds in my head and just walk right back in that room and just see the body. And then I'll know exactly who it was. It works so often. So often that works. I think that's how I've caught the majority of my imposters doing that. So if we play, just keep an eye that I do that. That at FF14 Pandemic, I'm playing MMOs now. The only MMO I play is Elder Scrolls Online. That might surprise people. If you checked my stats on Xbox consoles, which I'm not gonna put on screen or anything like that, but I'll tell you, my third most played game, or I think it's like second or third, something like that. Top 3 most played games, Elder Scrolls Online is one of them. I have several hundred hours on that game. That's the only MMO I play, and I like it, and I play it a lot. Whenever I have the time for it, because MMOs are a time sink. The Immortals demo was super fun. I'm definitely gonna play when I can. And let me know when how Phoenix says still on the fence on purchasing on that. Yeah, I'll either make a video about it. It'll be late because I don't have the time to like play the games as much as I would like to, but I could make a video about it eventually. Talk about it, see how I like it. Can't get into MMOs. The gameplay just always bores me to death. Yeah, that's the thing with MMOs. Like they're very, like most of them are very, very slow in terms of combat, or they don't have a lot of feedback in the hits. What is it? I think what was it? There's like certain MMOs that try to like beat that stigma. Like for instance, I remember my friends getting into this MMO because the combat system was like more involved. I think it was called Black Desert. Yeah. That like the combat is more like flashy and they're like doing combos and all this shit. And it's like they got into that for a while because of the combat system. But then I heard that it gets really fucking grindy later in the end game, so I'm not quite sure. I think Phantasy Star was another one they kind of got into because it was Phantasy Star Online 2. I played that for a little bit. My other friends played it longer than I did. Primarily because I think they just liked the combat for a bit. I just lost interest with it. I don't know why. I just did. But my win ratio for imposters 53%. My crewmate ratio is 55%. Had to do the math for those. I don't know what mine would be, to be honest. I want to say as imposter, it depends. If they're, I don't know. I want to say I do well with imposter, but there's been times I've been caught. But then I also wonder, like, how many of those times have we been caught that's been cheaters? You know what I mean? Like people on Discord, like snitching you out and stuff. So kind of hard for me to tell. Yo, fam, it's been real. Got a care soon. Buy a good drink with my dono. Catch you on the flip side. I definitely will. Maybe if I have the opportunity and I remember, I'll probably like post a picture on Twitter with a drink in my hand or something. Black Desert Online does look cool though. I haven't tried it though. It's really grindy, from what I heard. I didn't play because I wasn't really interested. But if you want an MMO that has more of a combat focus, Black Desert seems to be up there. There might be other ones that I'm forgetting about, but that was one that I do remember being talked about a good amount. But I think that's kind of it that I'm aware of, anyways. There might be other ones that I'm just forgetting off the top of my head. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, it was just those two, Phantasy Star Online and Black Desert Online. But I think that's all I have time for today because it's 3 a.m. where I am, and that means I am way overdue for some sleep. But I definitely enjoyed talking with you guys. I need people to play MMOs with. Playing alone sucks. Yeah, that's the thing. Playing alone does suck in any MMO. I know people who would just make friends in the MMO itself, where like they'll like socialize within like a hub area, and they'll end up meeting like a guild or something. Like I ran a guild, in ESO for a little while. It's still active. Like people still play on there. I play on there. I have like a whole castle and shit on there, but it's not like super big. You know what I mean? Like it's just like a very few specifically chosen people, you know, like my friends, a couple of people we met on the game, that kind of thing. But I think like most people tend to do that. Like if they're not playing with their friends, they're playing with people they met in the game itself. I think like MMOs are kind of very social games. I think Sea of Thieves kind of goes into that in a way too, because it has proximity chats. So you could be on like one ship yelling to the other ship, being like, "Hey, what the fuck you guys doing over there?" But see, get some sleep, my dude. Get some extra for me because I can't sleep lately. Happy birthday again. I appreciate it, Brandon. I appreciate it, and I do gotta get some sleep. And I mean, I'll wake up. It's still my birthday, and I'll have some fun with hanging out with some friends and whatnot. I should get sleep though, because I don't want to be sleep deprived when I am out and about. Um, wait, just turned 25. Oh shit! It's Alpharad's birthday too. What the fuck? I guess we share a birthday. All right. Well, cool. uh. All right. Well, take care, guys. I appreciate anyone who stopped by, who donated. Jugs, thank you so much. The anonymous person, whoever you were, thank you. And anyone who passed by just to say what up, say happy birthday, give me the birthday wishes, all that good stuff. I appreciate you guys stopping by and throwing the support. Great. But I really need some sleep. And if you're up watching me, you probably need sleep too. So best of luck in getting that sleep, fellas and gals, and any of you guys in between. And yeah, I'll see you guys.